So I said, bitch, if you don't swallow it, I will. Oh, excuse me. Where are my manners? Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and gender non-conforming individuals to It's Tea Time Somewhere with your host, Lady T. Happy to see you again. I spit a little bit there. Now, remember, it's always tea time somewhere. Now, today's tea time is all about womansplaining. Now, this article was written by SEGAL Archer. My bad. Womansplaining apparently is when a woman speaks tentatively and with unnecessary verbal padding to someone, especially a man, about something she knows well, with the correct assumption that she knows more about it than her listener. The listener's ego must be protected, and the woman must not, at any point, act like a man. So, here's how it works. You first begin with a fact. For example, to my boss bitches, when you bring a man in your office, a subordinate in your office, and you want to tell them about how they've been doing productivity-wise, right? You begin with a fact. You have not made your quarterly revenue projections. That's a fact, right? If necessary, you must somehow in this scenario confirm your gender identity. Now, there are several ways to do this. Remembering that gender is not sex, you must check for secondary characteristics, okay? The first thing you should check for is breasts, wider hips, louder mouths, won't shut up, you know, the traditional things. There'll probably be some sprinkles of less compensation for performing the same job functions, correct? Now, if you are concerned about your competence and whether or not that competence will cost you your job, you are more than likely what they call a woman. Now, what should you do in this situation? In this situation, you should totally ignore the facts, of course. Again, remember, we're womansplaining. Totally ignore facts and proceed as if the individual's feelings are instead facts. Now, you as a woman in your womansplaining must remember that your knowledge is incidental, apologetic, and highly unattractive. Oof. So, in order to illustrate, we are going to approach this from the concept of making a sandwich. Now, the bottom bread slice is when you say, hey, I don't want you to worry. Now, your listener should worry, but you don't need them to worry because you can do it for them. And now we add the condiment. What do you like? You like a little bit of ketchup, some sriracha, mustard with your womansplaining. So what you say is, and this isn't a reflection on you. Now let's start from the top, okay? Hey, Mike, you haven't made your quarterly revenue projections. Now, I don't want you to worry. And I'm sure this isn't a reflection on you as a person. Now, here's when we add the meat, okay? Putting the meat on. Now we gotta put that meat on. Yes, I'm wearing sweatpants. Of course I'm wearing fucking sweatpants. We've been locked down in the fucking house. Mind your business. Now, here's the key word. You want to seem unsure about what you're saying to this man person, okay? So you want to log in this keyword. It seems you haven't made your quarterly revenue projections. Seems. Now, we know this is a fact, but we want to make reality seem subject to appeal. As if it's not a fact, as if we don't know that they haven't made their quarterly revenue projections. Now, what you want to do is pad the meat with some cheese. Cheese helps everything taste just a little bit better. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I just winked. I don't know how to wink, but I did it for you. So, pad the meat with some cheese. I know you're trying your very best. Now, if that were true, that would be awfully terrifying, yes? But for some reason, we have the need to tell them this. Of course, the last step is to top your sandwich with the last slice of bread. So, let's talk about what we can do to help you. Now, this is where you obscure that you have done as much as possible. And now you can take on your subordinates' faults as your own. So remember, the purpose of womansplaining is to create a buffer for the man because their extremely strong and macho personalities just can't take your criticism as a woman. Now that you understand how womansplaining works, you can apply it everywhere. Lesson number 1, ordering at a restaurant. Hi, I don't mean to bother you, but I think you may have forgotten that I've ordered some shrimp. I don't know, I guess there may have been a mix-up in the kitchen. Now, you want to use the verb think because, again, you as a woman cannot be certain about what just happened in front of your own eyes. And then, of course, you want to end your sentence with an upward inflection. So instead of saying, I think there may have been a mix-up in the kitchen, you would say, I think there may have been a mix-up in the kitchen? Like you're fucking stupid. And that inflection does so much. It undermines your credibility instantaneously, and it assumes responsibility for others' actions. Now, you want to make sure that you maintain eye contact and empathy. So instead of looking like this, see my bitch face? I'm good at that because that's who I am inside. You instead want to do this. Look, my eyes, they're lost. I look lost. It can even apply to history. There's a lot of confusion around that, but I'm pretty sure feminism isn't the reason why you didn't end up in a middle management position. But I could be wrong. Womansplaining, I could be wrong. Now, when you're presenting information at a meeting, pay attention to all my corporate bitches. Jerry just did a wonderful job at summarizing what I just explained immediately before he spoke. Nice try, but now you just look like the bitch trying to steal Jerry's ideas. Apologize for his mistakes. Go ahead, bitch. Take ownership of that shit. Fuck you, Jerry. You just fucking spat out what the fuck I just said in the same fucking meeting less than a fucking minute ago. Maybe without all the fucks, but still, you get the point. And then we even womansplain while hiring. I don't want to push this, but she has a bachelor's degree and over 10 years experience in computer science. I feel like him being bearded, 25 years old and self-taught on Tumblr doesn't necessarily make him qualified, but I could be wrong. Now, don't forget to turn basic fairness and compliance with employment law into a special bias request from you on behalf of all women. Also, don't forget to make yourself smaller at every possible opportunity. So now, what did we learn about womansplaining? Womansplaining is something that we do to cater to the ego of those who identify as men. We make ourselves seem apologetic, ignorant, and unsure of our very selves. My titty is just coming right out. This corona has my titty acting up, bitch. Shut up. No, but seriously, who wants to suck a titty? No, but seriously, who wants to suck a titty? Special thanks to Segal Archer for this magnificent article, which you can find if you go to lescronyms.com/edible podcast. We'll make sure we have it popped right in there for you. Go show some love. That was Funny Women, a primer on womansplaining. Now, please, if you come across any other literary pieces that you would love for us to act out, send them to lescronyms@gmail.com. Thank you and have a good night. Who's coming over? Lady T, out this beach. Happy 420.